Sale sent a super chat. Cardboard is harder to open than you think. Tax. Bloody thumb crew. Gordon Lemon 3738 sent a super chat. It's sun time?
Hello, 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 Cybies! It is Wednesday, though it's going to be kind of a short, yapping, drawing one. Yes, I'm still working on these pages. I've been doing a lot of video editing lately, and I'm working on a book cover for a friend of mine, and there's all sorts of things going on. Unfortunately, I have to adult. But yes, I have Switcheroo back on the Barbie here. How is everyone today? How is everyone? Thank you for the early super chats. I see you guys are very amused that they make noise during the start screen now. Speaking of audio, I've put on some noise filters on OBS, so hopefully I don't sound as fuzzy or buzzy right now. Because I am having to run my air conditioner like 24/7 because, oh my god, it's like 80 degrees out. I hate it. I don't do well in heat. At least not humid heat. Like, California is a little better because it can be dry heat, but here it's like just humidity, crushing humidity. Hey, Billy, actually, I just had a donut for breakfast. I did. We have some donuts, some Dunkin' Donuts, because it's that time of year where you get your culottes and shit. Oh, you're finally visiting the U.S.? That's awesome. What are you planning to do? Your summers are 110. Well, yes, you're Australian, though, Kaiser. You're built for the heat. You're used to it. You were forged in it. Where I live, we have, like, bitterly cold winters, you know, about 2 weeks of spring, and then it's blazingly hot. And then it's fall. That's about it. And we'll bitch when it's too cold, and we'll bitch when it's too hot. That's just what we do here. It's actually not been bad, like, out in the yard when it's shady. It's not too bad, even when the rest of the neighborhood is fucking hot. My birch tree has become a tree tent again, because I've been pruning the branches to make, like, a nice little area you can sit in under it. It also got moved forward, like, 5 inches during the winter. I showed pictures in my Discord of how my birch tree in my yard was completely bent over with all this wet frozen snow on top of it. It was, like, across the entire yard. Luckily, it didn't fall down. I was, like, out there knocking snow off of it with a rake, so it wouldn't get weighed down too much, but, like, one of the roots literally got pulled up out of the ground a bit. I was like, holy shit. So now it's covering even more of the yard with its leaves, so I have a nice shady spot. Let's see, what else is everybody talking about? Oh, you live in the desert, Avery. Yeah, I know. Me, like, oh my god, it's like 78 degrees out. I'm dying. That probably annoys some of you. So at least in the south, you don't get like 6 feet of fucking snow in the winter like we did this year. We do not get tornadoes. We get water spouts sometimes, and we get hurricanes, but we don't get tornadoes. So I've heard Tornado Alley is, like, moving.
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. Storming and power went out tax.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Jasmine. That sucks when that happens. I'm not sure exactly how hot it is now. I haven't looked at the weather. All I know is I'm running my AC because it was getting too hot in here. You think you could get Jordan to believe in the horse dimension if we say it's from some 70s New Age guys at a dance burst? Probably. We'll definitely be going back to Jordan at some time. This is gonna be like a lazy, yappy stream, which we do on the art stream sometimes. But tomorrow, finally, I promise, I am gonna start Disco Elysium, and I'll probably be playing it Thursdays and Tuesdays. Might throw in another day if I'm, like, really eager to play it. So, and then Friday, I'll have you guys vote for a topic on Friday. Well, I'll think of something. I'll probably throw Honest Trailers on there again. So, I know, we're all probably sick of Jordan. I can't just always react to spirit science. Even though I find him funny. Oh god, my friends were trying to get me to move to Florida for the longest time, and it was like, guys, I'll die. I will literally die. I can't even stand Florida in September. How am I gonna live there? Oh, you got me in Providence? Gosh, I haven't been to Providence in a little while. It's so far, as we say. But you definitely want to check out, like, the reservoir area where, like, a lot of the RISD buildings are. Like, Providence is very walkable. Just stay out of the east side. Just mostly stay in the nice cultural hub around RISD and you'll be fine. So, I mean, there's the Providence Performing Arts Center. I think it's called the Dunkin' Donuts Center now. We just call it the Dunk. That has some cool shows. I don't know if they're doing Firewater still. They had a knockoff of Firewater they used to do in the city. And there's, like, lots of little just art places and lots of, like, cool colonial buildings and museums and stuff like that in Providence. You'll find things to do. And then there's the big mall, of course, but I haven't heard a lot about the mall lately, because I think malls are kind of dying overall, you know? Yes, yeah, the PPAC, or maybe it wasn't PPAC, it was, I think PPAC still exists, but there was another center of ours that got renamed to the Dunkin' Donuts Center, and we all just call it the Dunk now. And that's the thing with Rhode Islanders, like, you can rename something, and we will absolutely refuse to use the new name. There's a beach here that... Oh, hey, God. I'll tell the story in a minute.
Indy sent a super chat. Won't make tomorrow's stream due to work. There is no wrong way to play Disco Elysium. Pick whichever skills appeal to you and have fun.
Nice. I am literally... I'm going in pretty blind. All I know is it's, like, about two cops. It's really philosophical. It has a really cool art style. But yeah, there's a beach. There's a beach here called... that I've always known as Sandhill Cove. The actual name of the beach is Robert Wheeler Beach. I was like, well, at some point they changed the name, and I looked it up one day. I was like, the beach had changed names before I was even born, but everyone around me always called it Sandhill Cove. So, we just, you can't get us. You can't make us do it. You can't make us, like, forget what things used to be called. We will not do it. We're stubborn like that. Anyway, I have to see what Kaiser has sent me today. Oh, God, no. Okay, it looks like, I think Kaiser has made me a mixtape Sona. And then we have more of the AU nerd Mia, whose voice I need to keep consistent. Which, you know how good I am at keeping my voices consistent. Let me just open all of his images here so we can have our Kaiser fan art corner. We have Bully Olivia. Well, I guess you could say Olivia's already kind of a bully. In a way. So, alright, let's, we were just talking about Wani earlier, too. My Wani bros still around, so here's me, here's my mixtape Sona. Totally bitchin', man! I look like a 90s kid from Linkara. I did say we had our t-shirts tied and our hair crimped, though that was before the Nirvana craze. We went from, like, 80s 2.0 to flannel, but this is as confused as mixtape. And Kaiser's Australian, so there you go. It works. Alright, let me pause my music, because I know he's gonna want me for dubbing this. So we have, I don't actually have to... I don't actually have to say anything here.
We have Nerd Mia, who I guess I'll make sound a little more timid and a little nerdier. She's like half Ben. Is Ben, like... Is Ben abusing her in this? I don't know. I see Skin for Dinos down here. Lots of people are terrible skinny perverts. And then, BAM! We have Bully Olivia. Who looks very intimidating in a wheelchair, even. Hey, Nerd Mia. That's her name, Nerd Mia. Hey, Nerd Mia. How's it going? Oh, hello, Bolivia, which is Bully plus Olivia. These names are very creative. And bullying. I guess that's Damien. And now Liz is a slut. Does she have a belly ring? What's going on there? Let me start the line over again, because I got distracted. Use whatever take you want. Oh, hello, Bolivia. And bullying. And bullies. You got some kind of theming going with your names there, I see. It's very creative. Please leave me alone. You guys look like 80s bullies. We need to have a talk about the mess you're always leaving behind in shop class. It keeps my Benny boy behind cleaning up after you. Oh, I'm dating Ben, I see. This is an interesting Switcheroo AU. got nothing to say, retard? Do you need speech therapy? Or maybe you'll respond if I call you by your old nickname. How about that, Crimson Menace? Maybe you were like a bully in elementary school and now I'm bullying you? I don't... What's the lure here? I don't know.
And then Inko. Oh my god! I think this is bullying! Which I think is an ad-lib of mine, isn't it? I think it's just a ping of Inko, yeah. It doesn't matter, it's fine. Or maybe it should have like a long pause. Oh my god! ... I think this is bullying! Oh yeah, he said it in the game, but the way I delivered it was like, he's dumb. I had a comment on the fourth Wadi stream recently. Someone's like, oh my god, you made Inko sound like Kronk, that's great. And I said the thing I always say where I think Inko is supposed to be more of a jerk, but I kind of accidentally turned him into a lovable autistic himbo. That's my version of Inko. That's my decision as an actor, you see. Oh my god, what's wrong with your face? Oh, you're just wearing glasses. I see. I do need to check my mailbox soon, actually, because I'm wondering if I got my Olivia plush finally. There's been drama with the Olivia plushes. They got fucked over by their first distributor apparently, which is ass, but they're making good on it, so good for them. I'm trying to do, because there's going to be a bright light coming from behind Steven here, but there's also the light from the sunset in front of him, so I'm trying to figure out the shading here. Hey, Billy Bacon! We can have some bacon with our donuts now. Wait, there's a video too? Hang on. Oh, sorry. I didn't see it. Alright. Hold up. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. This one. I had Kaiser in my DMs begging me for Andrew Dobson's comic for nefarious purposes. And here's the result. Let me turn off my... Actually, no, I'll just leave my music playing. Whatever, it's fine.
Are you, you know...
She should be doing, like, a little, like, you know, floppy hand gesture.
Are you, are you one of those donut bumpers? Are you one of those rug munchers? Are you one of those clam jammers? Are you one of those torture dodgers? Are you one of those clitorists? Are you one of those vegetarians? Are you one of those Subaru drivers? Are you one of those crack snackers? Are you one of those scissor sisters? Are you one of those boondaggers? Are you one of those saphists? Are you one of those tribades? Have you left Narnia? Are you, yes. ... blush? Does that creep you out? Yes. Yes! Gasp! Sad. More sad.
There you go. I probably could have given you a recording of the Dobson stream without the music, though, Kaiser. I'm sorry. I still can't believe I did most of those in one take. Anyway. You've never heard Donut Bumper before? I think it's an older one. Yeah, if you want to see me read a comic by Andrew Dobson about teenage lesbians in funny voices, there's a stream for that. I'm gonna be cutting that one down, too. So, just basically calling it, I read like 400 Andrew Dobson comics. Well, I'm gonna cut down the lesbian one, too, but first, the other one. And then we'll definitely be doing Alex Z Pirate and Formera in the future, but... Who's the least worst character in Mixtape? Cass's dad. Cass's dad. That's it. He did nothing wrong. My friend was like, is Mixtape really as bad as people say the other day? And I was just like showing all the shorts I made. I need to make shorts of me geeking out about Paralives too. Like, I streamed Paralives the other day, which is the first real Sims competitor in like 26 years. And it's an early access, and already the build mode is better than every Sims game. It's unbelievable.
At Mr. DeBossBaby6969 send a super chat. Probably fixed it car tax.
Oh, I hope you fixed your car. Another thing I've been working on is I'm actually gonna make a, not exactly scripted, but pre-recorded video about the ending of the Amazing Digital Circus. Because I can't wait for my episode discussion, so I've got, it's about 15 minutes, I think, is gonna be my final length. Oh, see you later, Avery. So you can look forward to that when TDAC 9 releases for everybody on the internet. I am not gonna spoil anything before then, I promise. But, I will say the ending didn't fix any of my existing problems with the writing, and that's mostly what I'm going to be discussing. Again, just kind of a short 15-minute overview of just my general thoughts on how the entire series could have maybe been improved. So, and then we'll have our episode discussion on the 20th, of course, and then I might maybe make another video or do a stream that I can turn into a video about the ways the Channel 4 Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared kind of does the basic concepts of Digital Circus better, you know? Which is kind of what I was kind of wanted out of the show. I know that's not fair, I just wanted it to be a different show, but, I mean, I acknowledge that. You love the finale? I unfortunately didn't. But yeah, Miss Jasmine was, like, sharing my geeking out in the para-live stream, because, like, I hadn't even played Sims in a while, and I could already just feel how much better the build mode was. Like, this one indie game that's gotten, like, just funding online from people, like, hungry for a Sims competitor, 15-person studio, and they're gonna eat EA's lunch. Because The Sims has sucked ever since EA gutted Maxis, you know? I mean, I still like Sims 4 well enough, but, like, the series really has plummeted off a fucking cliff. Yeah, just you can color any parts of the roof, you can make a roof super tall, you can, oh my god, it's so good. It's so, like, to people who don't play The Sims, it's so hard to explain, but like...
A Talking Movie Bubbles B6 sent a super chat. Been watching I'm in Love with the Villainous and you won't believe this. This anime actually talks about gay people and the author of The Light is a lesbian. I read it in an interview.
Thanks for the $10 for continuing to spurg about this Talking Movie Bubbles, but you don't seem to understand what I mean when I say a culture or a country is homophobic. It's kind of like how same-sex marriage is legal in the United States, and that, you know, didn't instantly solve homophobia. You know, so, like, just because you can find one gay anime made by a gay person in Japan, because gay people do exist in Japan, doesn't mean the country and the culture as a whole isn't homophobic. You know, like, do you think homophobia has just been solved, is my question. I saw you calling me homophobic on Blue Sky the other day, somehow, even though you're the one who is mad at me for pointing out homophobia existing in cultures around the world. So, I don't know what your deal is, buddy.
At NeoKaiser0 sent a super chat. Talk tax. Bolivia. Ara a nerd.
Let me pause for that, because I know you're gonna use this.
Ara nerd. Was that supposed to be a threat or something?
Oh god, it's like my fucking Patty voice and my Nerd Mia voice sound almost identical, but...
I guess I'm doing Nerd Mia a little more hesitating and wobbly. Yeah, that's it.
And then it just sounds like my Spinel voice, too, you know? It's almost like my voices aren't very, you know, varied. Yeah, I guess you're the new Sabim Talking Movie Bubbles, which is fine. Thank you for the $10. Like, when I said that, too, like, Anthony Gramuglia was like, but Tokyo has the biggest Pride event in East Asia! And it's like, okay, same-sex marriage is still illegal. Same-sex couples still can't adopt kids. You know? So, what is your point? Oh, a bunch of people wave flags once a year, okay.
A Talking Movie Bubbles B6 sent a super chat. Oh, I understand now. Sorry. I'll slap myself in the face now.
Thank you for another super chat, but like, yeah, I don't know why it's taking you this long to understand what I'm talking about. As a gay person, by the way, did you forget that? It seems like the whole gabagool crowd likes to forget that I'm a lesbian feminist, you know, because that's very inconvenient for them.
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. So gay people existing means homophobia just stops.
Yeah, right?
Happy Pride, I guess?
Hasn't stopped toward me, has it? No, it has not. Again, I have a feeling that Anthony and friends are all very, very mad that I'm not straight. Because they can't just go, oh, you're just a straight white woman, what do you know? When they're all, like, some of the most homophobic people I've run into. I mean, Krim, not too long ago, was posting on Blue Sky, Side Scribble sure talks about men a lot for a lesbian. And it's like, yeah, I make fun of majority men on the internet. Oh no, I'm punching up at my oppressor class.
Neo Kaiser 0 sent a super chat. Talk tax. Straight sigh. Ara ara.
Wouldn't that just be my mommy MILF voice anyway? Ara ara mama. There you go, that's straight, right? That's what straight sounds like? I don't know. I've never been straight. Is that appropriation? Yeah, like, I swear to God, I have faced more homophobia from ostensibly progressive people than anybody else lately.
Atorbitten sent a super chat. Pickle Ricara Ara Plaza.
I'll try my best. Morty! I turned myself into a pickle! Morty! Ara ara, Morty! That's what pickles say. Ara ara! Morty! Yeah, that's what he sounds like, right? That's the best I can do. Let's see. Lily on chorus says, same-sex marriage in Japan is weird because if you're already married, a cis couple, but one transitions, they deny the reapplication of marriage because then it'd be a gay relationship. Well, yeah, that's their logic, right? So... Yeah, like, Japan is still a pretty conservative country. I mean, you can say America is a very conservative country as well, you know? Like, but, like, homophobia just doesn't stop when we get rights, you know? It's kind of like how, you know, the civil rights movement didn't end racism forever, you know? I don't know, and people who only can, like, conceive of politics and culture and whatever through pop culture is really kind of...
Neo Kaiser 0 sent a super chat. Talk tax. Doctor misses the monarch. Ara ara.
I get my voice as deep as possible. Oh, sweetie, fine. I'll do it one time for you. Ara ara. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like Krim was a little homophobic tard cake to me a lot of the time. Like, when he got upset with me for talking on my own blog about my objections to the term queer, which I think is my prerogative, as someone old enough to have actually been impacted by it as a slur.
At the _ space frog sent a super chat. Alex Jones touring in the freaking frogs gay ara ara.
And I'm gonna put some of the water that turns the freaking frogs gay! Ara! Ara! I'm gay!
Super chat. Progressive people say they want equality, but only if their group is more equal than the others.
Yeah, they're the pigs from Animal Farm, huh? Yeah, I mean that's not what equality fucking is, you know? It's like you don't get advantages over other groups. That's not what that means. You know? And Mad Lad says, Japan is more conservative than the US in nearly every way, yet Ant and other leftists trip over themselves defending it because they had a communist party in the 70s that died. Well, also because anime. Like, they think Japan is exactly like it is in anime, which is ridiculous. Most Japanese people would look at you funny if you thought so.
Neo Kaiser 0 sent a super chat. Talk tax. Lesbian sigh. Ara ara.
Ara ara mama. There you go. But yeah, like, people, like, don't understand how prejudice works, you know, especially Anthony Gabagool, who has a lot of straight passing privilege, and so maybe shut his fucking face. You guys got me ranting again. It's Pride Month, I'm a little sensitive, okay? But yeah, it is funny, people are like, I'm this label and that label and that label, and you should listen to me, and I'm like, well, I'm, like, a lesbian, and they go, well, you don't count, because you don't say what I want you to say.
At SwordHeart520 sent a super chat. Hi Sai, did you see the Nintendo Direct yesterday?
No, but I do know about the Oot remake, which, I don't know, it's a classic game, I still have it on the N64. I only have a Switch. I have no plans of getting a Switch 2. I barely use my Switch as it is. I don't know why I bought it, because I knew I'd barely use it. It's good for, like, parties and stuff, I suppose, when you have, like, you know, people playing, like, Mario Party or the Wii Sports equivalent on the Switch. But, other than that, it's like a toy. It's barely used. Well, yes, Pride Month was started on the anniversary of the Stonewall riots. The Stonewall Inn was a gay bar, and the police raided it, and people got so fed up, finally, that they fought back. And that's really, like, people act like the gay rights movement started at Stonewall, though. It didn't, but it was a significant enough event that Pride was made to commemorate it, which a lot of people seem to have forgotten. Like, people act like the Stonewall riots were planned, too. They were not.
Edwin Russett sent a super chat. Talk tax. Ara, Gilbert Gottfried, please.
Ara, mama! Let's see, Giselle says, it's frustrating people can't just refer to people how they want to be referred to. I call myself the Q sir because I identify as demi, but I see you call side lesbian, gay. Well, yeah, it's the other thing, too. Like, when people say, well, queer's an umbrella term, it's like, okay, well, you're not giving me a choice. And are we saying it's okay to call people words they don't want to be, that they don't identify with or label themselves as now? You just force people to accept a label? That's my problem with it. All I do is express exactly why I don't want to be called queer. All I say is, I don't consider my sexual orientation strange. I'm not going to label myself a pejorative that means strange. I don't see what's wrong with that, and people get so angry at me. And I ask them, why don't you think about why you have this reaction?
Tyler Preston 699 send a super chat. Talk take. Rivy to kick.
Is that like Common Writer? I don't know what he sounds like, but Writer kick. There, probably something like that, right? That's right, give me your straight taxes. It's pride but
chat. Sup. What are we talking about? Also straight tax.
We don't have any specific topics, we're just yapping today. Well, yeah, this is the thing, Kaiser. I'm strange for many other reasons. Being homosexual is not one of them. This is how it always goes. Some little lip shit will say to me, oh, what's wrong with being strange? And I say, do you think homosexuality is inherently strange? And I never get an answer. I'm going to have to assume yes. They just want gay people to be freaks, and then they want to be part of the freak club. And it's like, we're an actual legitimate rights movement of people who still don't have...
106 sent a super chat. Straight tax. I am broke.
Oh, well, don't give me super chats if you're broke, but thank you. The whole straight people owe me taxes thing is a joke. Don't worry about it. Well, yeah, straight people are so happy they get to say queer again that they don't even ask permission anymore. They don't even ask you. They just start calling you it. And it's like, who the fuck gave you permission to say that? I sure didn't. And a lot of these people who call themselves queer, it's just nice and vague. So, like, you could be fucking anything for all I know. You could be a straight person who just has, like, slight gender feelings and you're out there calling yourself queer. That's what really annoys me, too. But appropriation is fine when it's the gay community, I guess. We don't care about that. We don't care about trampling all over our history and our culture and our rights movement. It doesn't matter anymore, because we got same-sex marriage, so all of our problems are over, right? Again, it's Pride Month. I'm a little sensitive right now. Well, a lot of like the whole like we're here, we're queer stuff was deliberately like throwing it back in the faces of the wider culture, because during the fucking AIDS epidemic, there was actually a slogan going around that went as "No tears for queers," because people didn't care that gay men were dropping dead. There were people who actually thought AIDS was a special magical disease sent by God to kill off gay people, and they were happy about it. So yeah, Friendly Russet's saying it too. So people were out there saying no tears for queers because they were happy that gay men were dropping dead of a mysterious new disease. So the response to that was, we're here, we're queer, the government is letting us die, you know? So that wasn't like embracing it or reclaiming it, as some people say. My theory is a bunch of kids heard, like, queer studies and queer film in academia, because academia uses a lot of archaic terms, and just thought it was, like, a cool, fun word they can use now. Because it went away for a while. We got straight people to stop saying it entirely for, like, a few years there. And now these idiots are bringing it back, and they get mad at me for saying, no, I'm not gonna participate in that. I'm not allowed to refuse, apparently. You know? Yeah, same with black people stealing your words, Replica Rabbit. You know, like, you remember when woke meant, you know, being aware of police brutality against the black community? I remember. They got about a year out of that before white people just took it over.
Dino Nuggy 22 sent a super chat. TBH, I am scared to call anybody any kind of title in the LGBTQ community. So I keep my mouth shut and just let them do the talking.
That's pretty smart. I mean, if somebody is just earnest and not being, like, malicious, I'm not gonna, like, give them shit. But when I just give my basic explanation about why I resist using the word queer and somebody gets super pissed off at me, that's like, okay, what is really bothering you here? You know, is it that you want gay people to be happy little freaks that you can appropriate and have as your accessories? Because that's what it feels like sometimes. Yeah, a lot of these people weren't around for, like, the fight for same-sex marriage and should maybe shut their fucking faces. I see so many people out there derisively saying, so I think she's a gay elder! And it's like, well, I am an older gay person. I actually, like, lived through these things, you know? I remember the time where, like, AIDS education suddenly picked up. Because, oops, turns out straight people can get it too. So all of a sudden we cared about AIDS. All of a sudden we were being taught about it in school. And then it was offensive if somebody assumed you're gay because you had AIDS. So it wasn't like, you know, oh, not only gay people get it, we should be better about this. It's like, oh, how dare you assume I'm gay? Not only gay people get AIDS, how could you be so ignorant? Not for the sake of the gay people, because it was offensive to be called gay, of course. You know, so...
At Neo Kaiser Zero sent a super chat. Talk tax. Elder Sigh. Ara ara.
Ara ara, mama!
There you go. Now, some people seem to think I just spawned into existence when my channel, like, became an official, like, YouTuber channel, yeah? Like, there's some people who don't seem to understand I had fans before I was a YouTuber. Like, fucking Bucket of Crabs. He was like, nobody knew who you were, Sai, until you started talking about Lyle Convoy. And it's like Lyle Convoy is, like, the least of my popular things. What do you mean?
At Mr. DeBossBaby6969 send a super chat. Talk tax. Canadian ara ara. The worst ara ara.
How do I do a Canadian accent? Ara mama, eh? That's about best as I can do. I need to watch more Letterkenny. Yeah, some people were following my Steven Universe fan art. Some people were following my Dragon Age fan art. Yeah, I was doing Switcheroo. I mean, I wasn't doing Switcheroo to get popular. I just had ideas.
At Neo Kaiser Zero sent a super chat. Talk tax. Chat, are we cooked?
Chat, are we cooked? Chat, are we cooked? It's Pride Month, are we cooked?
At Plasma sent a super chat. Movie tax. Tell us your wisdom, magic lady. I haven't heard the word queen being used until college. You're still young, old woman emoji.
Do you mean queer or queen? We don't call gay men old queens enough anymore. We should bring that back. Don't call gay men queer, call them queens. Letterkenny is like an old, like, I think it was a web series. It's just like, it's a comedy about, like, rural Canadians. It's like Trailer Park Boys, but Canadian. That's what it is. It's actually really funny. I wonder if I can actually play it on stream. Let me just find, like, the first episode. No, I've run out of Lyle content. Unless he does something else I want to talk about, I don't have any reason. But of course, everybody was more worried about canceling me than actually doing something about Lyle Convoy buddying up to a bunch of 16-year-olds, and he's still just out there doing shit, but, you know, I don't play nice with the stupid The stupid woke scold's online, so I had to be destroyed. Oh my god, 10 years ago. 10 fucking years ago. Oh wait, that's Destructor Tron, there we go. I will play you guys this. I forget if it has music, so I'm gonna pause my music. It's funny as shit. I think this is the first one. Letterkenny consists of hicks, skids, hockey players, and Christians. These are their problems. Yes.
A couple hockey players come up the produce stand the other day.
Bye.
Can't believe your sister's still dating these nutsacks.
Wayne?
How are you now?
Good, and you?
Not so bad.
Hey, Katie.
Go home, Daryl.
Nice onesie. Does it come in men's?
Oh, I think you come in men enough for all of us.
I think you better come in my... you better come...
I think you better come say that to his face, you fucking hicks.
Nice execution.
You're doing terrific.
Hey, I heard about your breakup, buddy.
She's a sweetie for what, 5 years, right?
Oh, you're a high school sweetie, right?
What's it to you?
Heard she cheated on you, buddy.
That's a real kick in the knackers, bro.
Just a real ouchie, bro.
It's too bad
Hello,
she taught you not
Canadian.
to fight anymore, buddy.
Because that's a fight on sight for you and her new guy, buddy.
Fourth life for life, bro.
Maybe if you'd ever been in a real fight, you might not be so keen for another.
What'd you say?
You heard me.
Oh, my spitter. Tarps off, boys. You looking for a tilly, buddy? Let's have a Donnybrook!
Pump the brakes. You take your shirt off, but leave your sunglasses on.
What sort of backwards fucking pageantry is that?
You gonna fight with those shades or play PokerStars.com?
Hold my spitter. I can't hold your spitter. You hold my spitter, just put the spitters down.
TikTok.
Go time! Go time!
Look at that fucking treasure trail.
What's up with your fucking body hair, Big Shoots? You look like a 12-year-old Dutch girl. Your aesthetician coiffed that for you?
You can kiss my aesthetician. You guys do CrossFit?
You can cross fuck off.
Cross fart. How many times you pulled your horn today, bud?
What?
Oh, she's bashful.
Oh, come on, kitten. I won't tell anyone. Ballpark 6 to 8. You're a fucking animal.
Play a little 5-on-1.
Hit the kitchen, mix a batch.
Feed the ducks.
Distribute some free literature.
Go time!
Fucking shut him!
Riley, Jonesy, put your fucking shirts on and get out of here.
This isn't over!
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Never buy you a Coke.
So yeah, Letterkenny is like Canadian Trailer Park Boys. So, there you go. Now you know what it is. Ah! Wrong button again. I just got a new keyboard. I don't have my little stickers telling me what buttons do which anymore.
At Mr. DeBossBaby6969 send a super chat. Trailer Park Boys is Canadian King.
I thought was Trailer Park Boys also Canadian? I don't remember.
At I_talk_stuff sent a super chat. I made a Monster High and also owes attacks.
Oh, thank you. Man, Monster High AMV, that's interesting. I used to make AMVs way back in the day. Actually, one of my Utena AMVs is on YouTube, uploaded by somebody else like 17 years ago. I found it by accident when I was looking for Utena lo-fi music. Does anyone accuse these writers of cursing too much? I've seen a million times if Izzy Pop swears too much. Yeah, I know. Like, we were having this conversation in my Discord earlier, too, where someone was like, oh, well, the show should be able to, like, be adult without swearing. And it's like, well, like, this is how your average millennial talks, you know? We gotta swear a lot. I kind of self-taught myself editing by doing AMVs. I do feel like I'm becoming a better editor these days. Like I said, I am working on that little Tadak video. I'm gonna be cutting down the Dobbs in the streams. I really gotta cut down some of my old Lily streams still. It's like between editing and art and doing other things, it's like, oh god, I don't know what to focus on anymore. Well, it's funny. This is my crack theory, right? Like, millennials were very gross and irreverent and in your face and swore a lot because we were rebelling against a very puritanical culture that came before us. And now, culture has gone all the way back around to being puritanical to rebel against us millennials because we're the old people now. So I think that's what happened. Hang on, the kitty cat wants to go out. I told you to decide if you want to be in or out of the room there, buddy. Come on. He's looking up at me like, why haven't you taken me outside yet, even though it's not time? Finn's the indoor cat. He gets outside time in the yard every day. He's too precious to be out there on his own. And also that the internet has brainwashed me into keeping cats indoors now. But I can't do that with Monty. I tried to make him an indoor cat. He will pace the house growling if he's not allowed to go outside. So, I probably do have some recent pictures of him. Actually, let me just look in my Discord real quick. I can show you what he looks like. He just left the room, so I have no other way of showing him to you. Not that I have a camera anyway. Now, where's the critters section? Let's see, from me. Hello? Why isn't the search working? Oh, I think I have to... Oh, and thank you, Shark Jumping Walrus, for the 5 gifted subs, as I'm trying to search for pictures of my cat. Oh, it's because I have streamer mode on, probably. Disable that, thank you. Yes, that was the problem. All this just so I can show you guys an image of Finn. Let me find him. There we go, there's a... Of course it has to be this picture. Here's a recent picture of him in the daffodils with his tongue out. There you go. That's Finnegan. Looks like I also have a older picture of Monty in here recently. That's my other cat, Monty. That's the boys. That's the boys. Oh, don't call him my child. The day I'm like calling myself. The day I'm calling them my fur babies, just shoot me in the head, please.
At NeoKaiser0 sent a super chat. Talk tax. The major. Ara remain for royal line.
Oh god, can I do a fucking German accent? Ara mein Fräulein. Why was he a cyborg though? Yes, they are good little meow meow. So like I said, fucking Monty's the one who goes outdoors and will throw a fit if he can, and then Finny is my indoor boy. I have headcanons about them. I'm pretty sure Finn was a barn cat. He was sent up from Louisiana on a truck full of dogs he wasn't supposed to be on. That's what they told me. And Monty, just the way he eats like he's never had a meal in his life every day, I think he might have been a feral kitten. He's very aloof too, so... So, Monty eats birds, yes, and bunnies, and chipmunks, and mostly bunnies. Though our bunnies are kind of overpopulated in the neighborhood, so he's doing us a service. But yeah, sometimes I will open the back door and just find bunny guts on the porch, but I've had cats my entire life, I'm kind of used to it. So, I can't put a collar on him. I've tried. He gets out of collars. Any collar I put on him. I even tried I had a...
At Miss Jasmine305 sent a super chat. My mom used to feed this outdoor cat she named Peanut. After 10 years she brought him indoors when she moved. He never wanted outside again. Well, he lived to be 22. Purple hearts emoji.
That's adorable. I've never heard of a cat just being an outdoor cat and then no, I'm never going outside ever fucking again. I mean, Monty tends to stay close by. Like, I can just go outside and call him, and he'll show up within, 5 minutes. So he's usually close by. He doesn't even go very far. Everyone in the neighborhood, knows him. He has a fan club. So he gangs around. So he's good. But yeah, I had my last cat, Jasper, and no, he wasn't named for Steven Universe. I named him when Rebecca Sugar was, a teenager. Had that cat for 15, almost 16 years. He could get out of most collars, but I found this custom collar maker from South Africa that made collars that would have a little setting on them where you could change how much force it would take for the collar to open. Because you want to have a breakaway collar on a cat, because they can get stuck very easily. So you have to have breakaway collars on them. So with the pounds of force set to the highest, I could keep that collar on Jasper. I tried the same kind of collar on Monty. He got out of it out of one day. Just one day he got out of it. I'm like, what am I gonna do with you? So, I can't put a collar on him. Otherwise, I would put a bell on him. So maybe. That never worked with Jasper, though. He learned to move without making the bell make noise. Except when he really wanted it to make noise to annoy me. Then he would. Oh, I miss that cat. But I would love to put a camera on Monty and see where he goes every day, but I can't keep a fucking collar on him, so that would just be a wasteful expenditure, I'm sure. Maybe if I could get like a little vest on him or something, but I would love to just see where he goes. I don't think he leaves the neighborhood, but there is a lot of woods around here. I have a suspicion he goes and gets fed by other people, which would surprise me. Our cats are strays people throw out in the middle of the mountains. Oh, that's awful. I would definitely be taking in every stray cat if I lived, like, near a mountain where people just dumped cats. Go to a cat cafe. Yeah. No, I like, sure, you can make fun of me for being, like, a cat lady all you want, but I've literally been around cats my entire life. Like, my entire life. I've always had a cat. You know? Ever since I was a baby. So, I'm pretty in tune with them. My two boys right now are both very aloof, though. They're not very cuddly. I'm kind of like, I'm neglected. Oh, Finn's funny. Like, he'll love to purr and rub up against your legs, like, in the kitchen. Nowhere else. And I can pet him when he's at his food bowl. And then that's it. Well, you see, Kaiser, I specifically was looking for cats that would be good with a dog, because my dog loved the last two cats, but they were old and didn't want anything to do with her. So I was on the hunt for cats that get along with dogs. Which worked out for her, because every time Monty comes inside, he has to walk up to the dog and give her a little bump. Little kitty kiss.
At Dana_Brain sent a super chat. My mom adopted a stray cat and he's super affectionate.
Aww.
She took him outside with harness and he kept looking at her like he was scared she'd leave him outside. Never wanted to go back out again.
Aww. Well, yeah, since Finnegan is so eager to explore, I've had to, like, he doesn't know he can jump over the fence. He hasn't figured this out, and I'm not going to let him. But he's been able to get under the fence, so I've had to, like, block off every little area he could possibly get out with, like, tiny little mini fences. But I've been thinking of getting one of those, like, backpacks that let you take a cat around and they can look out the bubble in the back, like, when I'm going to the woods with the dog, and just maybe carry him around. He might like that. I have tried him on a harness. I can't keep it on him. He manages to swiggle out of it, because I got him he's kind of fat, so I got him a big one, but you know how cats are, they, like, barely have bones, and they can just, like, squeeze themselves through, like, small spaces. Their head can fit through something, they can usually fit through it. Cats are weird, so I'll make him a smaller size and see if I can maybe leash train him. Because he's so eager to explore, but, like, he's scared of everything, so I don't want him to go wandering on his own. And like I said, the internet has brainwashed me into thinking, no, you can't let cats roam outside, no. So... Oh, I'd never declaw a cat. No, what you do if a cat is scratching the furniture, hit them with a water gun. They'll learn to stop. But my two boys also don't mind water too much. My last two cats hated water. You could get a single drop on them and they'd bolt. Cats are rubber. It's insane the places they can squeeze themselves into. They can just turn to liquid, I swear. You know? Like the other cat, I had a brother-sister pair, Ember. She was like a tiny, skinny little thing, but like if she wanted out of your hands, she like turned into pure muscle. It could just like pull against you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure cats are a liquid. Some cats don't mind water. A lot of them hate water, but some cats oddly don't mind water. The cats are non-Newtonian, yeah. Cats are great. Honestly, I always suggest cats as a pet because they're very low maintenance. They can mostly take care of themselves as long as you give them food in a litter box. And cat loves getting to the smallest boxes and purrs if I close them. I had a cat like that when I was a kid. He liked crawling into, like, suitcases and just not getting zipped up in them and having the top closed, and he just liked being in there. Yeah, because unlike a dog's claws, a cat's claws are retractable, so, you know, it can damage them to cut them off. Not that you cut off a dog's claws, but, like, they'll cut off dew claws on little baby puppies. Just so, you know, because dew claws they can curl in and, you know, they can get caught on things. It's not good for dogs, so it's like when they're very, very little, you can cut them off, kind of like when people dock their tails. You're ripping off... Or like ripping off half a human finger, I think, like ripping off a human nail. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I would never declaw a cat. There are people who just treat pets like, you know, any other item they buy, which is good. Yeah, like Hassan, Replica Rabbit, treats his dog as an accessory and just shocks her for annoying him. And any Hassan fans, don't at me. I was actually really willing, even though I hate the guy's guts, I was very willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on the shock collar thing until XQC and Westside Tyler proved without a doubt that it was a shock collar. And then Morpegus just got more clips of his friends admitting to it being a shock collar. But oh, he totally taped the prongs off, guys. He totally did that. He can't even keep his own fucking story consistent anymore. He just lies every time he's asked about it, which he lies every time he opens his mouth. Speaking of Hassan, though, he got banned from the UK. He just got banned from the entire country. I'm so happy he's in the finding out stage. Most cats hate baths, but there are some that do. Like, you could find images, you can find, like, videos of cats swimming around in bathtubs and shit. Some of them do like it. Crimson Roman goes nuts over the fake shock collar thing. Of course, because he's a fucking Hassan worshipper. All of these terrible fake liberals are.
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. My cat Merlin drinks from the sink and will jump in the bath. Have to lock him out when I shower. My brother's cat loves sitting in the rain. He has a harness.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, I've never had a cat that, like, totally likes water. I did have a dog, though. Like, anytime you took a shower, she would find her way into the bathroom, and all of a sudden you just feel her licking the back of your leg as the water ran down. It's like, ah! She would just jump scare us all the time. She was a funny dog, too. She hated when people wore gloves. So anytime I came home from school in the winter, I'd just immediately present my hands to the dog and she'd pull my gloves off because she hated when people wore gloves. It just made her mad for whatever reason. Animals are funny, man. They make their own rules sometimes. Trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about today, besides, like, the videos I'm working on. Oh yeah, people are asking me if I saw the Nintendo Direct. The only games I'm excited for... The only games I'm excited for this year are Ontos and Control Resonant. We're getting Control Resonant in September, and I will be streaming it day one. Because I am so fucking excited about it. Oh, she always passive-aggressively throws her ball at me. It's like, usually we go outside around 4 o'clock, and, like, it's been hot lately, so I've been delaying it, and she'll just come into my room, huff at me, and just throw her ball at my feet. Like, come on! It's time! I'm actually trying to train her with a talk button system, because I thought she'd be good at it. But I can't even get her interested in the buttons right now. She doesn't really grasp what they're for. So, I mean, I guess it's because my voice is coming out of it. She's used to just hearing me talk on stream all the time. I always tell the dog, I'm sorry, I have to go talk to the invisible people right now. She does not approve. She does not approve. I'm surprised she's not in here glaring at the back of my head. I am not excited about Kingdom Hearts 4, but I haven't been excited about Kingdom Hearts in like 12 fucking years, so like, I don't know. I still say Nomura is trying to turn Kingdom Hearts into Final Fantasy 13 Versus because they didn't let him make that. So now he's just making Kingdom Hearts that. Because now we're in The World Ends With You, and like the Advent Children Sephiroth clones are there, and well, what are we doing?
At Mr. DeBossBaby6969 send a super chat. My childhood dog Pumpkin, the obese bulldog, hated fat men. Pretty sure it was because of my dad putting her in a trash can after she crapped on the floor.
Oh no, he just put her in the trash! Oh, so after that, she just decided all men bad. I mean, dogs will do things like that, yeah. It's so funny the associations they make sometimes. I was like, my dog, she is like so attuned. Like if I just take off my headphones and plug them in, she knows I'm like about to like do something around the house or go out, you know? If I'm wearing jeans, she definitely knows I'm going out and gets excited. She likes going for a ride. Unfortunately, it's that time of year where it's like, I'm sorry, pupper, I can't take you to run errands with me, it's too hot. And she's just like, she doesn't understand. So I used to take her in the car, like, everywhere when she was a puppy to get her used to it, so if I'm going somewhere, she expects to come with me. But it's like, no, it's too hot, I can't leave you in the car even for, like, 15 minutes right now. Poor thing. And I can't leave the car running because I have like just I don't have one of those cars. It actually needs a key. Yes, doggo brain, definitely doggo brain. The cat is currently napping on my most frequently used backpack. Aww. Yeah, my cats seem to, like, they pick a spot, like, that's gonna be their spot for, like, the week or the month, and then they pick a new spot to, like, lay in. I don't know. Finn tends to chase the sunlight around the house, and lay wherever the sun is shining. Though he was just in here because he was very insistent on being in my room before stream, and then he was at my door going... They're both very quiet, too, Finn and Monty. They barely meow, so when they meow, I know they really want something. And Finn just has this tiny, high-pitched mew.
At Dino Nuggy 22 sent a super chat. My fur baby was so attached to me, it would stare out to the window until I came home around the same time every day.
Well, that same dog I had with a kid that would take off my gloves, she was like that with my mom. When my mom was gone, she would just stare out the window until she got back. I was like, oh. Cat Merlin loves chasing bird shadows on the wall of the bed. My dog's been barking at birds in the sky again. She'll, like, run across the yard barking at the crows flying overhead and chase them. God, when she was younger, one time at the park, I was, like, encouraging her to chase the birds, and then she ended up, like, running all the way to the edge of the park, like, across the street. And I was like, oh god, no, come back! Come back! Don't chase them that far! Now I only encourage her to chase birds when we're at the football field. Where there's no traffic around. There's like some fields at the college that like are right on the edge of some woods, and sometimes I take her over there. I took her over there a lot when she used to like frisbee. When she was little, she liked sticks, and then she really liked frisbee, and now she's all about tennis balls made for much smaller dogs that fit in her mouth. Because she's a labradoodle, she has a very narrow mouth.
At Scones and Jam sent a super chat. Looked up ElfQuest on your recommendation. Now I'm completely hooked.
Awesome.
Also, bite tax, party popper emoji, bouquet emoji.
Yes, as we know, my stream is my evil way of getting people into the shit that I like. As I always say. ElfQuest is like one of the earliest comics I ever read. I was really into it as a kid, and I have a lot of it in print. You could read it all for free online, though, at elfquest.com. It was going... I think it ran from, like, 1975 to 2013, and it's an independent comic. So, it's had a lot of influence on me, probably. Am I on the right layer? No, I'm on color dodge, that's why it's not working the way I want it to. You want to get more people into Twin Peaks? I know, Dio, I know. It's been a long time since I watched Twin Peaks. Maybe I'll rewatch it someday. I'm sad that, fucking, when we did In Praise of Shadows Alan Wake video, he didn't talk about Twin Peaks more. I was so excited for you. I was so excited for you to, like, slap down everything he was saying. I don't know about doing watch-alongs. You'd only be able to do watch-alongs on Twitch. I put up a post earlier. I have to take down my video responding to Radhika's Hell of a Boss misogyny video again. I'm being forced to take it down again for less than 30 seconds of music. It's like it hits 10k. It's like it hits 10k views, and all of a sudden here comes Atlantic Records to fuck me over. It's like, okay, it passed all the checks when I fucking uploaded it. But now here you come, months later, when it hits 10k views, saying, no, we're just gonna tell YouTube to take your entire video down. You can't even appeal. We can do that because we're a fucking record label, and record labels have way too much fucking power on the internet. Now, Lily would never read ElfQuest. We do all know she totally went after Dragon Age just because it's, like, my favorite, well, used to be one of my favorite things. It's pretty dead now, I think, but... And yet, I'm still seeing Dragon Age 2 fan art. Dragon Age 2 Supremacy. Dragon Age 2 ended up being the best one in the end. Take that. Lily wouldn't like ElfQuest because Cutter and Lita get together despite having a bad first meeting. Yeah. She probably also wouldn't like Recognition, which is like, kind of a soulmate thing. Also, someone said my chat was skipping over some entries of YouTube. I have this multi-chat thing from, Stream Elements, so if it's skipping over chats on screen, I'm sorry. Sorry for the whole thing with Ant and Lizzie Rose trying to sue you. Yeah, like, well, that was never gonna happen. Anthony thinks he knows the law, which he very clearly doesn't if he thought that fucking Lizzie Jazzy Oliver was going to actually be able to fucking sue me. I've seen some people going like, oh my god, you can't call her Jazzy Oliver anymore because she changed to a different stage name, and it's like, Jazzy Oliver was also a stage name. This isn't like a dead name thing. They're both stage names. What does it matter? Let's see, Xeno says, I want to get into DMing to DM a Dragon Age table. That would be fun. One of the few times I did get to play D&D, my friend's husband was running the group, and he was like, originally, I was going to base the campaign on Dragon Age Origins, but he was like, I knew you would immediately pick up on it. So, I didn't do that. I was like, yeah, I probably, as soon as you mentioned, like, Grey Wardens, I would have been like, aha! But yeah, for whatever reason, Jazzy Lizzie Oliver of, Object Show fame, I guess, thought she could sue me for calling her a Z-list YouTube VA after she spent months slandering me and calling me transphobic because I had opinions on Dragon Age Veilguard, you know, the final game in a series I've been playing since 2009 and know a lot about, and could recognize that they were doing something just to be political, and she decided that was transphobic and against her specifically. Even though we were just having a conversation in a stream chat. I didn't even know who the fuck she was. You know? And it's like, you hurt my friend's feelings. It's like, well, okay, but she isn't even into the series and hasn't even played the game, so how could she, like... How could she say, like, my word on it is invalid just because I'm like, yeah, they shouldn't have used the actual word non-binary, and the non-binary character on the staff is so clearly, like, politically driven writing and not, like, you know, in service to the story or the world or the anything. Yeah, God forbid I say that. There is a tabletop Dragon Age that you can get. Yeah, they had a trans man in Inquisition, and guess what? They never used the word trans. Just like they've had bisexual characters, and they've never used the word bisexual. And they had a lesbian character, and they didn't use the word lesbian because it wouldn't make any sense, because there's no Isle of Lesbos in Thetis. They didn't use gay with Dorian either. If Dorian had just said, I'm gay, I would be exactly as annoyed. Instead, he says, I prefer the company of men, which is what someone in a more archaic time would say. You know? It makes fucking sense. It's like, how dare I be mad that they put this bullshit in one of my favorite series and forced me to interact with it. Like, you can't avoid this character either. You can't tell her to fuck off. You can't disagree with her. You can only clap for her, and she's the most annoying character in the entire series. And it's like, go to hell. But yeah, so after all that, I called Lizzie Oliver a Z-list YouTube VA, and she started talking about suing me. And Anthony was posting, like, Joker laughing gifs on Twitter, like, oh, she fucked around and is gonna find out. Jazzy's totally gonna sue her now. And it's like, okay, so, for one thing, you will never get a lawyer to take this fucking case, because it's not defamation. It's really funny, because right after I called her that, and right after she got mad about it, she lost her fucking object show job for defending a groomer. And still working with him, so isn't that funny? And I was like, so can I call her a Z-lister now? Now that she lost her voice acting job? But, yeah, so they were both, like, he was, like, crowing about Jazzy planning to send me a cease and desist as if it was going to do anything. A cease and desist is not legally actionable unless you're actually gonna sue somebody, which she can't. The way I explained it was, one, she would have to get a lawyer to actually take this fucking case, which no lawyer would. In the miraculous event she does get a lawyer to take this case, they're mostly just gonna drag her along for money before telling her she has no case. If she somehow inexplicably got this to a court, I wouldn't even have to be present for it to be dismissed. And given the anti-slap laws in my state, she would probably end up owing me money. So no, Jazzy fucking Oliver was not gonna sue me. That was never going to happen. The fact that both of them expected me to be intimidated by this was laughable. And they just made complete asses of themselves. A completely childish understanding of how the law works. But Anthony is always out there like, oh, I worked in law, you know. I totally worked in education, too. What he means was he was a TA and he was a fucking intern at a law firm. That's what he means. This is so fucking funny. I still hope he knows if he ever talks about Hazbin Hotel, I'm gonna get his ass. He claims he's watched it now, so it's okay for him to, like, compare Emerald Fennell to Vizzy Pop to say, haha, woman writer's bad, am I right?
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. Genuine question, would Tash being non-binary even make sense with her being raised under the Qun by their mom? Curious about how this works with lore.
Well, Tosh wasn't raised under the Qun, so Tosh's mom, who's a much more interesting character, escaped the Qun because Tosh was born with some newly made-up rare thing that some Kunari can have that lets them breathe fire. I thought she was gonna be a mage, Tosh, because she's missing a horn. And what happens to mages under the Qun is they tend to have their horns cut off and their mouths sewn shut. Because Kunari believe that a mage can just infect people with demons by just talking. And yet they'll still use them for warfare, because Kunari also don't like to waste anything and give everybody a role in society. So the mother escaped the Qun, but still practices a lot of the beliefs. And still kind of considers herself Kunari, even though she escaped for the sake of her daughter. Which usually, Kunari children are raised by a Tamasaran, collectively. Tamasaran are kind of like teachers. So they raise up the kids, they educate them, and then they choose what their role is gonna be. So, why the mom still had her baby with her. I'm not sure. Could just be a plot hole. Could be they let the babies, you know, nurse with their mothers before they're taken to join their collective class under the Tamasrin. But for whatever reason, the mom decided to escape. Like, she was never meant to be a mother. She was a scholar. She was just giving birth to, you know, for the population, so she didn't know what the fuck she was doing, and never expected to actually raise a child. So she escaped her homeland, abandoned her religion, you know, all for this kid who is now going, I'm non-binary, you're ruining my life, Mom! And, like, there's a child of an immigrant story buried under there, so this is why I think it's, like, a rewrite by somebody else. Because, like, Patrick Weeks supposedly wrote it, and Patrick Weeks has been non-binary for, like, I don't know, 5 years. He, they, whatever, was just a straight guy before, make of that what you will. But, however, I refuse to believe it's Patrick Weeks' writing, because Patrick Weeks is a good writer. It would have definitely written something more interesting than what we got. So it feels like somebody, like, just plastered over what was originally there with this childish, like, oh, I'm non-binary, now everyone needs to validate me storyline. Like, that's the entire character. Like, she says she hates being a woman because her mom expects her to wear dresses. She's told she should go talk to some non-binary people. We never even examine the internalized misogyny or the internalized sexism. Nobody ever tells her, women don't have to wear dresses, Tosh. Women can act however. You don't, like, have to do these things just because you're female. Nobody ever has that conversation with her.
Mr. DeBossBaby6969 sent a super chat. I learned Brain Bloom a Dragon HVA was the bandit in the 94 Smokey and the Bandit movies. Our cousins have a connection now and it's Brain Bloom.
Was it? Oh my god, yeah, Brian Bloom plays, motherfucking Varric Tethris. The best character in Dragon Age. He was also, Alex Shepard in fucking, Silent Hill Homecoming, oddly enough. But yeah, so we have this grown woman who acts like a 17-year-old, you know, whining about this, and like, all of her questions, like, she drags you to a cave to find a dragon and just ends up ranting at you about gender, and all you can do is just nod and approve. Like, it's just somebody's, like, own, like, jerk-off section, basically. It's you can feel like whoever wrote it was just, like, cramming their arm up the ass of this character to use them as a mouthpiece puppet, to talk at the audience. And that is just objectively bad writing. I don't care what it's about. I don't care if it's about your precious identity or whatever. That's terrible writing, and condescending as fuck. And the whole game was, like, babied down as it was. It was very, like, the teeth were, like, completely taken out in Dragon Age Veilguard. So, like, I'm talking at you guys, and I'm not trying to tell you, like, spin you a yarn. The funniest thing is, like, they expected you to take Tosh to this fight with 2 dragons, because, oh, she's supposed to be the dragon slayer in the group, and I didn't take her. I took my favorite team, Team Elf, Daddy Davrin, and Balara, because Davrin can pull aggro on bad guys, because all the bad guys aggro on you because your companions can't get hurt in this game, so I have Daddy Davrin distracting people for me because I was a squishy rogue, and then Balara can heal me, the 2 most useful characters, and after the cutscene they're like, oh, Tash, you did great in that fight, and it's like, I didn't fucking bring the bitch! How dare you! It was Team Elf up in here! So I was an elf too! No, Fenris isn't in the game, and though there's a character who should have just been him in the game, he's not in the game. Isabella gets to be in the game, but her only purpose is to just apologize for misgendering Tosh. So they literally take a legacy character who was in the first and second games, and in the multiplayer for the third game, and make her apologize to this awful new character for calling her she instead of they after she came out as non-binary. Even though she decided she was non-binary off-screen, we don't see what the conversation was, we don't see what convinced her, just she's non-binary now and you're not allowed to ask questions. It's obnoxious. And again, you can't avoid this character. They literally have Tosh block off the path to Balara's personal quest, so you have to do Tasha's first, and again, all she does is drag you to a cave and rant about gender to you. It's awful! And this is what fucking Jazzy Oliver called me transphobic for saying was very politicized writing that was shoving it down our throats, because how dare I? I'm supposed to eat the slop and appreciate it, I guess. And say thank you for educating me.
At Invoicing Emu sent a super chat. What Velgard? Dragon Age is an amazing trilogy.
I'm still glad I got my lore predictions validated, I guess. I did kind of... I liked what the Darkspawn ended up being, even though I don't think that was planned at all, because the Darkspawn only exists because David Gator wanted to do like a more political type thing.
At Swordheart520 sent a super chat. If you own Dragon Age IP, what would you do to the series?
I mean, I'd probably get rid of Veilguard and start over. But I don't think there's any saving it now, unfortunately. It was 10 years between fucking Dragon Age 3 and Veilguard. It's so terrible. But, yeah, when David Gator was first coming up with the game, he just wanted, like, political intrigue and stuff, and either BioWare or EA was like, no, we need to have, like, an enemy to fight, so he made up the Darkspawn for that. So I don't think there was a plan of what the Darkspawn were gonna be in the end, but I kinda like how they tied that up. I like how they tied a lot of the lore stuff up. It's just the game itself is not great. Like, the rogue gameplay was very fun. By the end of the stream, I was worried people couldn't even tell what the fuck I was doing half the time. I tried Mage, though, and I didn't like it. So...
At Sadistic Nils sent a super chat. My niece is screaming and won't stop. Send help.
Lean over and scream right back at her. That should work. You know, assert dominance. I'm assuming this is a toddler. So, EA never appreciated Dragon Age. It was always, like, advertised poorly, and they were always fucking with it, trying to make it, like, a multiplayer thing, and, like, they never let it just be. Never just let it be what it should be, unfortunately. But I love our little maligned, flawed fantasy series. I still love it, because it had so many unique ideas. You know, it's not a very typical fantasy, no matter what Lily Orchard will tell you. I have tried to cut down my fucking Dragon Age streams on her, but for whatever reason, like, the recordings, like, the visuals get all corrupted, so I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I might have to use the actual stream.
Sent a super chat. She's 6 months.
She's 6 months. Yeah, scream back. Scream back. Or jangle keys at her, that might work. Just distract the baby. It's like a dog, you just gotta distract them. EA did it EA. Like, I was always like in denial that they were gonna kill BioWare, but, you know, EA eventually kills every fucking company they acquire. I was just talking about how they ruined The Sims by gutting Maxis completely. Pour one out for Destiny 2. Same thing happened to Dead Space.
5517 sent a super chat. Shout out to my first Origins playthrough where I didn't know I had to use injury kits.
You were on super hard mode. No, I never played Jade Empire or Knights of the Republic. My brother was really into those games, so I'm at least somewhat familiar with them because I'd watch him play them. But I was never that interested in older BioWare games. You know, I didn't like Neverwinter Nights either. But the thing with Dragon Age Origins is I never would have gotten through it if it wasn't for the world building and the characters and stuff, because the gameplay is clunky and sluggish even for the time. So if it wasn't for the characters in the world, I never would have made it through Origins. Someone saying they think the Inquisitor should have been the head of Veilguard. I think they should have just gone with what their original plan clearly was. They were gonna make Hawk like the shepherd of Dragon Age, but people like revolted against that idea at the time. I mean, I did too, because we were like, no, we want to be able to pick our race and customize our character and shit, but like, it would make so much more sense if Inquisition and even Veilguard starred Hawk instead of anybody else. It would have just made more sense. They did give us the champion armor for Veilguard, so maybe I will just, like, remake my boy in Veilguard and just play through pretending I'm Hawk. maybe I can swing that, even though it's not Nick Bolton doing the voice. I better forget that for VG. I don't know, because, like when Dragon Age 2 came out, and it came out in an environment of a lot of hostility, I was also, like, determined to hate it, and then I ended up really loving it, and now it's, like, one of my favorite games. But when it first came out, they were saying, like, Hawk's gonna be the most important character in the entire franchise, and we were like, Oh, and the character's voice, because the character in Origins isn't voiced. So we were like, they're trying to make a shepherd for Dragon Age here with Hawk. And I really truly think that's what they were planning. And then everybody revolted against that so hard that they nixed that. Because you were only going to be able to be human in in Inquisition at first, too. And now, looking back, after everything's done, yeah, I kind of wish they just kept Hawk the main character. And maybe I'm biased because I just really like Hawk, but I think things, because, like, you have Corypheus in Inquisition, and that was, like, Hawk's enemy first, you know? From the Legacy DLC, so it's like, it would make more sense. Warden was more of a character than Rook, despite not being, but yeah, like, there's like a funny, like, half-joke headcanon that Rook is actually a spirit that would explain everything. You know? It's kind of like, yeah, kind of, actually. Because, like, by the end of Veilguard, it's like, why this group of people are the only ones who can save the world? Like, why are they all looking to me as a leader? Me, Rook. I don't get it. Like, they don't justify why everyone's looking to me except that I'm the main character. You know? It's kind of like how Walking Dead Season 2 had that problem a little bit. Like, why are you all, like, relying on, like, a 10-year-old girl and expecting her to solve your problems? You know? Just because she's the main character, I know, but she's still, like, 10. And they're all adults. It wasn't as bad in Season 2 of Walking Dead. It wasn't as marked, but it's still something funny to joke about. You know? You love the cope fandom comes up with sometimes, yeah. I did say it'd be funny if, like, the Warden does make an appearance and they still don't talk, but all the NPCs around them react as if they said something, and then you just have the Inquisitor and Hawk sitting there all confused. Because they can't hear them because they're player characters. That'd be my, at least as a little gag. Like, Morgan's carrying on a one-sided conversation with the Warden, it's like, yeah. They're talking? Well, kind of like how people are coping that there's gonna be multiple endings of Tadak right now. I don't think there's gonna. I mean, it's a vague possibility, but I don't think it's gonna. It's a little bit of conformity gate all over again.
At Swordheart520 sent a super chat. Gay man, thinks male Hawk is good looking tax.
I assume you mean default male Hawk. I have my own specially designed Hawk. It was my precious idiot mage son, as I call him. Yeah, so people think Tadak's gonna have multiple endings. Like they did a bit of a bait and switch on us at the theater, and there's gonna be like more to the episode online, or it's gonna be different online. I don't think they'd do that, because people would be pissed that they spent money at that point. But yeah, I really doubt it. I really sincerely doubt it. And again, you guys will see all my opinions on it, because I'll probably release my video on the day the episode drops, because all I'll need to do is just put in the footage I need from episode 9 after it drops online. So I'll be able to like get it out pretty quickly after the episode actually drops. And again, it's only gonna be like 15 minutes long. It's not gonna be super duper long, but it's gonna be like one of the first like actual non-stream content I'm gonna do. So maybe I'll do pre-recorded videos every now and then, you know, shake it up a bit. I still have so many streams I need to cut down, though. Yeah, I was always pretty, like, I could never truly get into Tadak. I mean, I appreciate it. I know why people like it. I like parts of it. I still think the character designs and the animation are really good, but, like, I could just never connect with it. You know?
At NeoKaiser0 sent a super chat. Talk tax, nerd Mia. If that's okay with you.
Alright, give me a second.
Aura, if that's okay with you.
I keep making her more and more pathetic. I won't watch it. I care about the show too much in a way that I can't quite explain in words yet. You won't watch the leaks, or you're just not gonna watch the ending? If anyone watched Umbrella Academy, if we consider the worst ending, I'm glad they dropped it. Oh god, yeah. Umbrella Academy fell off. The Boys fell off. Stranger Things fell off, though I'd argue it fell off after season 1, personally, because I don't think the rest of the show really needed to be made. But yeah, we got so many things that just have kind of lackluster endings. I will say this. The Boys season 5 was still worse to me than Tadak episode 9. I will say that. I mean, Umbrella Academy wasn't exactly good to begin with, but it was fun, you know? And then it just got really stupid. I mean, again, it was already kind of stupid, but the kid who played 5 was always so funny. I believe that he was an old man in a 13-year-old's body. He was really good at that. I do love using that one gif of him just in his little, like, schoolboy shorts yelling, "I'm the daddy here!" Nothing can beat the X-Files for falling off? Yeah. Yeah, I always say how it took me years to watch the last season of the OG X-Files, and oh boy. Oh boy. It was bad. I needed closure, though. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood had a perfect ending. Well, yeah, because it followed the manga, that's why! Unlike 2003. Season 3 of Gargoyles doesn't exist, Kaiser. You know this. Yeah, someone's saying Tadak 9 was mid AF. Tadak 9 didn't focus on the right things, I will say. Again, I don't want to give any spoilers for people who are dutifully avoiding spoilers. I'll never do that to you. And I understand how people want to wait. Like, I went to the theater just to support my local theater, and just free myself from having to avoid spoilers, basically.
At Sadistic Nils sent a super chat. FMA03 is great.
I'm going to have to disrespectfully disagree. Listen, I started with 03, okay? And then I started reading the manga, and then I got really, really annoyed that the anime wasn't following the manga, and then it just went completely clown shoes off the rails, and couldn't even keep its own invented storylines, like, consistent. It, like, created plot holes with the shit they made up themselves. And I was always like, the only way they could fix this is if they just made a completely, like, reboot anime, and that's never gonna happen, and then it happened, and they made Brotherhood. See, the thing is, Studio Bones is a really good animation company when they're just following the manga they're adapting. When they have to make their own material, it always gets so bad. It's like how, you know how Soul Eater, like, has a real ass pull of an ending? That's because they ran out of manga. And, like, even their original stuff, like, I kind of, like, I like Wolf's Rain. I'll consider myself, like, a fan of Wolf's Rain, but I still, like, can't decide if the show is actually good or not. I rewatch it every few years and go, I like this, but why? It's, like, not actually very good, though. But I like it. I don't know, Wolf's Rain is a bit of a mystery to me. I think maybe I like Wolf's Rain because a lot of it was done by, this lady. She was one of the directors and, like, an art director on Cowboy Bebop, so it has a lot of that same vibe. She did a lot of the weirdest stuff of Bebop, so it really reflects in Wolf's Rain. Oh yeah, Game of Thrones had a really bad ending, but I never watched it in the first place, so I don't care. Kinda glad I never did. I've seen Hellsing Ultimate, like, years and years and years ago. I love Hellsing Abridged, of course, and I've read the manga. So, I really like Kota Hirano's art, so I kind of like...
At Sadistic Nils sent a super chat. I like how much they get into the mystical side of things and what they did with the homunculi.
I don't like what they did with the homunculi, especially with Envy, like, turning out to be Hohenheim's, like, missing third son or something. It didn't make any sense. Because in the actual manga in Brotherhood, all the homunculi are, like, the expelled parts of one guy who was, like, taking out basically everything that makes him human to become a superior being. So that's where the homunculi came from. And in 03, they made it like they're all the results of, like, failed human transformations. They made it, like, angsty and shit. That's my other problem with 03. 03 takes a lot of things that were jokes in the manga and turns them into, like, melodrama and angst. And it's like... And also, they kind of take the teeth out of all the female characters, because, you know, the manga was written by a woman, but the anime is majorly produced by a man, so when they run out of manga and they start writing the female characters more the way a man would than a woman would, and it just really fucking sucks, especially what they did to Izumi. So, yeah, I have my issues with O3. I have my issues with O3, I'll say that. I would say, like, watch the first, like, episode or two of O3 and then switch to Brotherhood, because I had to rush through the beginning of the manga because O3 exists already. And then they had, like, an anime-only episode that, like, assured us that they were following the manga this time by dropping hints about, you know, what they're planning for the country of Amestris and, ooh, the big conspiracy that's going on. I don't want to give away too much if you've never read or watched Brotherhood, because FMA is, like, my favorite manga. So, I would say Hoseki no Kuni is, like, a close second now, but FMA is probably still my favorite, and I really love Hiromu Arakawa's paneling, and, like, the way she draws action scenes. She's so fucking good, man. Like, that scene where, Ed goes through the door of truth and sees Al's body again for, like, the first time in years. Like, that scene, like, while I was reading it for the first time, like, literally, my heart was pounding in my chest, and I never have had that happen to me reading a fucking comic book before. Like, Arakawa is so good, man. Unfortunately, I haven't read her new stuff. She's doing more, like, slice-of-life-y stuff now that I'm not really that interested in, unfortunately. So I haven't actually read any of her work outside of FMA, but I still love her paneling. And the way she does page layout, she's so fucking good, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna say Tadaki isn't well made in some places. There's definitely some jokes I like. There's, again, a lot of good animation, a lot of good design work. I like the character designs. They're instantly iconic. But, like, writing-wise, it all kind of fell apart for me. But, I mean, some other people might like it, so I'm not gonna begrudge you for that, but I'm definitely gonna give my opinion. What the hell is the lines for the background? What am I doing? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I know there's a new anime adaptation of what Arakawa is working on now. I haven't really looked into him. Oh, fuck, I think I moved the color layer by accident. No. There we go. Fixed it. Ever seen Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun? No. The next anime I was planning to watch was Gachi Katora, or Gachi Katura. I forget how you fucking pronounce it, but it looks cool, and it looks like, you know, thick ass 90s line style anime and manga. It definitely appeals to me instantly. I like the style of it, so I'm kind of interested in it. Gachi Akuda, thank you. I said this before, like in my Ghibli. Like, Ghibli react to Lily. For whatever reason, I get really dyslexic with Japanese words sometimes. Like, I say Akira Yamaoka as Akira Yakaoma sometimes. I don't know what it is. I get it mixed up. I just started Black Butler's school art style. Well, good, they have a major art style change. Ugh. I do like the art style of the first Black Butler. I mean, Black Butler's, like, it's fine. I wasn't really into it, but I did watch, like, the first series. I think I started the second one, and it was just kind of, like, not as good, and I just fell off, you know. See, Demon School's a fun one. It's about a kid whose parents sell him to a demon. Said demon just wanted a grandson, so he pampers the shit out of him. Ah, so it's basically Inko going to dinosaur school, I see. I am used to Japanese. Just for whatever reason, I don't know. I get, like I said, I get really dyslexic with it. I don't know why. You watched The Book of Circus. I've never even heard of that one, I don't think. Oh yeah, I'll never take that away from Gooseworks. I'm like, you know, it's pretty base to go, no, I'm still just gonna make this a 9-episode series like I planned, no matter how popular it gets. That takes a lot of, willpower, I would say. Though it sounds like Goose is just completely sick of being, like, a well-known content creator or showrunner now with the way the fandom's been, you know? No, I haven't watched Black Lagoon. I've heard of it, though. Arakawa's new anime series, Adventure Dark Fantasy. Oh, does she have another, like, I know she was doing, like, she was doing kind of like a slice of life modern one for a bit there? Does she have something new now? I know she was doing, like, some designs for video games for a while there, too. Well, I might have to check that out, then. We know fantasy adventure is kind of my jam. It's a fighting one. Like I said, she does really good fight scenes, so...
At Lillian Lequois sent a super chat. Book of Circus is my favorite of the series.
Oh, wait, oh, Black Butler, Black Butler. Gotcha, gotcha. I thought that was the title of something else. That is like an arc of it, right? I don't know, because Black Butler is weird. They have, like, it's almost like when they used to do OVAs, you know? Like, the series are kind of related, but not. Put some GIF in the Discord of Arakawa's new work. Where did you put it? In suggestions? Where are we?
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. Demons of the Shadow Realm is Arakawa's new manga/anime.
Ah, gotchas. I might have to look that up, because I hadn't heard of it. Husband is of the opinion Blockbuster should have ended with season 1. Yeah, it was fine, you know, but it did get a little out there. Kind of reminded me of the Kane series by the lady who made Angel Sanctuary. It was kind of like that, and just as flawed, basically. The reboot, readapting the manga. It's the thing is, though, everything is rebooted these days, or continued, or rebaked, or reimagined, and it's like, can we have new things? Can we just have new things instead of, like, just... Okay, you're showing me... I see, now you've posted me the GIFs. Oops, hey. I'm trying to open them in a new tab and it won't let me. I'll look at it later. That definitely looks like Arakawa's style. Some of Spider's a guilty pleasure. No, I've heard that's actually pretty good. I've heard that's pretty good, and like I've been bullied into maybe watching Mushishi again because I haven't watched it in years. I don't remember much about it. I had the entire manga of Angel Sanctuary for a while. I still have the art books because I really like Kariyuki's art style. But yeah, Angel Sanctuary is a weird one. She was definitely making it up as she went along. I did not see the new KP doc. What has she done now? I haven't been paying attention to KP or Lio or anybody on that side of the internet for a while. Yes. Mononoke looks cool. You know how I am about, like, starting shows and things, though, guys? It takes me a while. My brain has to be in the optimal autistic state to start a new show. Angel Sanctuary is an old manga. About a kid who is the resurrection of an angel who is cursed to live, like, multiple tragic lives, and blah, blah, blah. It kind of, like, the plot is just kind of all over the place and doesn't really go anywhere, but I did like the art style. Your PFP is from Angel Sanctuary? Nice. I'm not saying Angel Sanctuary is wholly bad, but I really feel like the author was making it up as she went along, and it didn't really have a plan. It was kind of interesting, though, in places, but, like, the world building was just kind of always all over the place, you know, just kind of throwing shit at the wall. Please have the isekai protagonist actually struggle to survive. That would be funny. Like, an isekai protagonist who, like, a reluctant one who doesn't want to be the hero and is, like, trying to get out of it at every turn. That could be a funny premise. Oh, I knew, yeah, they're remaking Magic Knights Rayearth, which I think that's an old enough property that it's justified to do a remake of it, you know? Some of this shit, though, it's like, okay, this isn't even that old and you're already remaking it. Like, what are we doing? They tried me, ReZero. that and it sucked. I've heard of Apothecary Diaries. I don't think I ever watched it, though. I haven't watched a lot of newer anime. I'm an old taku, you know? They're canning this year's Doctor Who. I mean, Doctor Who has always gone dormant for a while before getting a new series, so I don't think that's unusual, but they've made a right mess of it, haven't they? I haven't watched anything past Capaldi's era, so I wouldn't know. I was never, like, big into Who, but I watched a lot of Tennant's run. I think I fell off a little bit on Matt Smith's run, and then I watched a bit of Capaldi's run. How about an isekai where the guy who gets isekai'd is a huge degenerate weeb asshole, and the big bad demon lord has to stop him from ruining the world? Yeah, Capaldi's the old Scottish one. That would be really funny, Garbo. Tell that one to Josh. There's a free idea. And the demon lord's like, holy shit, I thought I was evil, but this guy needs to be stopped. Basically, an isekai version of the second half of Megamind. They get their chosen prophesied hero, and it's just like a Chris Chan looking guy going, "Hello, m'lady." They're all like, what? This is the, like, I guess he's from another world, but is that normal over there for you guys? So unfortunately you are late, and it's going to be a short one this week. We're just kind of gabbing and yapping and talking about all sorts of things. So I'd hate the 13th Doctor run. Very in-your-face and ham-fisted. Even more ham-fisted than, what's-his-butt? Who did the Tennant run? I can't remember his name. The gay one. The gay showrunner for a while that they had. He got kind of, like, on the nose for some of the episodes. I can already hear my dog barking in the other room. It's not even 4 o'clock yet. She knows I have to talk to the invisible people at this time. I hate you, Dio. I hate you. Putting the cursed hieroglyphs in my chat. The more you do it, the more I kind of build an immunity, so there. Oh, yeah, he was like... yeah, the Capaldi one, he was like, oh, I'm Scottish, I can really complain now. It's like, you know, David Tennant's actually Scottish in real life, and they didn't let him do, like, him use his real accent, but now you have a Scottish guy? Come on. Oh, I see, you're gonna hit me with it when I least expect it, Dio. I see your evil plans here. Yeah, I'm getting vaccinated against loss. You better be very careful with that, Dio. It won't work on me anymore. Yes, the ancient internet glyphs that will harm the minds of people who know what they mean. Yes, those. I found a game where you play as a truck driver helping an isekai protagonist. They should just have a game where you're a truck driver who goes around, like, hitting chosen ones to send them to other worlds. Like, you find your target and you have to go run them over. So another world can be saved. We're coming up with all sorts of great ideas on this stream today. Any creatives listening, feel free to steal any of them. See, the 13th Doctor is an episode where they go back to the civil rights movement, and they basically took in they look in the camera and say racism bad the whole time. But the civil rights movement in America? Shouldn't they be in Britain? I don't know what the closure day is. Capaldi's Doctor is great because everyone expected an angry, profanity-laden doctor, a la Malcolm Tucker. In the thick of it, he was actually reserved. No, but one of the best things about Capaldi's run was Missy. I fucking loved Missy. And the reveal of who she was. Missy was fucking great. That actor could have been the Doctor herself, I think, if they wanted a female Doctor. She was fantastic. Yeah, Missy was definitely my favorite thing out of the Capaldi run. They also have an American Trump analog in the episode. Even though it's the civil rights movement, I mean, I'm pretty sure Trump was alive back then. He was just young. Well, see, probably good I didn't finish watching the run, Atman-kun, if Missy ends up poorly. I don't know. Missy's my favorite bit. Yeah, I heard that run did just kind of fall apart in the end too. It seems like the writing just always just falls apart and shoots itself in the foot. And I know, like, the early Doctor Who, when it was first conceived, was kind of like, almost like an educational thing, where it's like, oh, we're going to these points in history to learn about them, but, like, you know, when you're doing it to Virtue Signal, it's not as good. Yeah, like, you can do political messages and everybody hold hands and sing Kumbaya messages without being fucking obnoxious about it, you know? That's the problem. That's the problem a lot of these writers have. It's like, oh, you're mad about our anti-racism message? Like, no, I'm mad that you did it so badly. That's what I'm mad about. Like the same thing with Tosh. It's like, no, it's not like, oh, I'm hating a non-binary character for existing. I'm hating you for writing obnoxiously. And when you just use a story to, like, bash people over the head with a message, that's always terrible writing. That's why Christian media sucks. Because it just exists to bash you over the head with a message. The same message every time. If you focus on a story first, the themes will come, you know? At least if you're focusing on what the story needs, you know? It's another problem I have with Tadak 9. It doesn't really focus on what the story needs. It more focuses on what the author just wanted, which doesn't tend to bode well, unfortunately. But Goose is an inexperienced showrunner, so, you know, I can't hate that much, and also, you know, I still will always appreciate what Tadak did for indie animation and how important it's been for the rise of indie. Like, you know, and it's still an enjoyable watch. I'm frustrated with the writing, basically. But I always was. I mean, that's nothing new. I was just open to the ending changing my mind on that, and it didn't. So...
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. The Trump analog is a diff episode where the Doctor refuses to kill giant spiders by shooting them, and instead locks them in a room for them to slowly suffocate and calls that more humane.
That's, wow. That's crazy. Weren't like evil giant spiders in, like, Donna's, like, first adventure, too? Like, before she was even a companion? It's the same spiders? Also, Donna, best companion. You can fight me. Donna, best companion. She was great. She would actually give the Doctor shit, for one thing. Didn't the moon turn out to be a giant spider egg? I don't know. It's Doctor Who. They've done so many weird things over the last, like, 60 fucking years. I think giant spider aliens have occurred a few times, haven't they? It'll always be hilarious to me that Vizzy haters act like Goose and Madrano are rivals in the indie animation, even though they're friends. Yeah, indie animation is very small. Most people know each other. I am wondering how the people who are always like, oh my god, Digital Circus is so much more well-written than Husband Hotel. I wonder how they're gonna feel after the 19th. We'll see in 9 days anyway, kids. And then we can all argue about it till the end of time. I'm sure I'm not going to be the only person releasing a video. I'm encouraging a young protege in my Discord to also release a video, basically on or around the 19th. Hopefully he can get boosted into monetization with it. Doctor Who saw the Beatles live. I'm glad that so many people agree with me that Donna is the best companion. She's goated. I think I would have liked Martha more if they gave her more of a personality. They never seem to really know what to do with Martha. And then Rose is just Rose. You either like her or you don't, you know, and she's fine. I never really was very attached to her though. And the show seemed way too obsessed with her. Martha was wasted. Like, they could have done a lot with her, but, like, they didn't seem to know what personality to give her, you know? She was a lot more responsible than Rose, and she was, like, a professional. She was, like, a doctor, right? But, so, like, her being a medical professional should have, like, factored in more, I think? You know? Like, maybe because the writers don't know anything about medicine, they're like, oh shit, we wrote an actual doctor character, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. That might have been a problem. I still don't get why people are like, oh my god, how can Pepsi Pop, like, not rehire the pilot actors? For one thing, a lot of them probably aren't SAG. Another thing, it's not unusual to not have the same voice actors in the pilot as you do in the final show. That is not unusual at all. People just don't know how the industry works, and they make up things. And it's really frustrating. Yeah, it helped that Donna wasn't a fucking love interest. That was a breath of fresh air. Because, like, even Martha, like, kind of had a crush on the doctor, right? And it's like, girl, why? Girl, you could do so much better. Like, Rose, yeah, she's a chav, that's fine, but you? Who ended up in a Dalek? Don't tell me Martha ended up in a Dalek. That would be terrible. The VA of Angel just had trouble using that voice for a long time. It strained him. Yeah, and, like, I've always said, like, I love Michael Kovac. I know he's, like, the go-to guy for indie VA, but Blake Roman is just so much better as Angel Dust. I'm sorry. And he can keep up the accent when doing dramatic lines, and he can sing. That's the other thing about Has-Been. They need people who can actually sing. That's why Has-Been is so elevated by having all of these stage singers. Like, stage singers are hardcore. You cannot beat them. If you're a rock singer or anything, you cannot beat a stage singer. These people do live shows, like, 2 times a night, you know? They're crazy.
Jasmine305 sent a super chat. The actors who played Donna and Chen were in a production of Much Ado About Nothing. They're hilarious. You can find the slime tutorial on YouTube by YKYK.
That does sound great. I do like their chemistry together, too. So maybe I'll find a slime tutorial of that. Just like when I was excited that, what's his name who plays Lucifer? I'm forgetting. Jeremy Jordan was in Little Shop. I was so fucking happy. And then there was at least one recording of when he was playing Seymour in Little Shop, and Christian Borle was playing the fucking evil dentist. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, that's the other thing. Like, you get, like, it's like with the fucking the adaptations of Cats and Les Mis by that one terrible director, and you just have the celebrities sing live for the camera, and none of them are actual singers, and it just sounds terrible. This is why people think musicals are bad. But then you get people like Christian Borle and Amir Talai, people who have actually been stage singers, and they know what they're doing. I mean, even, like, I was making fun of it a little bit, because we have Fall Out Boy playing Abel in Has-Been, and they definitely give him songs in his range. But you can still tell he's nowhere near the level of, like, say, Lute, who is singing along with him, you know? They just, seriously, stage singers are just on a completely different level than anybody else. Yeah, fucking Tom Hooper. I think Sideways has a really good video on why Cats sound so bad. Because Tom Hooper doesn't understand musicals. Like, the way he films these things is just so ass backwards. And he thinks, like, he's doing something impressive. Like, oh, I'm just having all the actors sing, like, there, and making the orchestra keep up with them through, like, a sound system or something. It's, like, such a terrible way of doing it. I mean, that whole movie was a bad idea. Like, why didn't you just use, like, the practical costumes from the actual stage show? Those would have looked way better than the CGI bullshit they did. Yeah, Sideways is great. I haven't watched him in a while, but he has a lot of really good videos on music theory, and I don't always understand what he's saying, but it's interesting. It's me not being math brained. I have a real hard time with, like, music and stuff. Like, I used to kind of be able to read sheet music, at least for singing, but I've completely lost that skill. So yeah, I don't always know what Sideways is fucking talking about, but I know he knows what he's talking about. So, he had a really good, video on Joe Hisashi's music from, Studio Ghibli as well. It was a very, very good video. Highly recommend that guy. And he had a good video on the, leitmotifs of Steven Universe as well. Actually, let's look him up real quick so I can shout him out. So I'm probably gonna wrap up soon. My god, he's almost to, like... Wow, he's almost to 1 million subscribers. Good for him. This is Sideways. He does a lot of, videos about music and why certain music... This is a great... 7 million views. Holy shit, my guy. He barely ever uploads, but it's quality over quantity, that's for sure. But this is a fantastic video about why Tom Hooper's approach doesn't work at all. This is an interesting video too. It's called The Problem with Autotune, but he actually very carefully explains what we think autotune is versus what it actually is. It's a very, very good video. I don't know if I ever watched the Les Mis one, but it's the same problem with Tom fucking Hooper. And then, where's the Steven Universe? There, he has a good... The one on the leitmotifs in Steven Universe is also very, very good. It really helps you appreciate the background music and how all the characters have their own instrument and their own little tune that all gel together. So good, man.
At the Sunny Leaf sent a super chat. When will there be another Vivzy Pop Hatem stream?
I don't know. Next time I'm feeling like doing a react on a Wednesday, maybe. We do have... God, I don't want to do them all the time, but we do have so much to tap into on that topic. So, maybe next Wednesday we'll dip our toes back in, because I think there's like a new Hell of a Boss short coming out anyway. And I'll eventually re-upload my erotica video. I mentioned it earlier. But, actually, let me just go to my
At
post about it.
sent a super chat. Sideways is my favorite Paul Giamatti movie.
That is also the name of the movie, yes. Infinite Money Glitch. I want to get burned out on talking about it either, you know? But, speaking of that sort of thing, yeah, I had to, so, fucking... My video response to Rodika's video on Hell of a Boss's misogyny got a takedown again. Second time. Hits 10k views, I get one of these. 30 fucking seconds of music, and WMG can just fucking take down the entire video. I can't even appeal it. I put in an appeal. The appeal is still active. But they go, no, we're just gonna take down your video because we can just tell YouTube to do that because we're a fucking record label. And this, I'm sure this only started after Hell of a Boss got a physical media music release, because it's so hard to distribute anything without a fucking record label, because they have so much control. This is a huge monopoly over music, and I hate them. So, I'm gonna have to, I already took it down, I'm gonna have to re-edit that video again, and I'll probably upload it again. So, if you guys want to rewatch it when I do, feel free, but I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore! Oh, it's just terrible. It's like, I just want to bitch at this person and prove them wrong. I just wanted to show that they were ignoring that Millie has a big badass fight scene at the end, and I edited around it, and it passed... This is the frustrating part. When I uploaded it, passed all the copyright checks. Like, I had to keep re-editing it until it passed the copyright checks, and it did. And then, like, months later, after it hits 10k views, we're like, nah, we're just gonna take down your whole hour and 20-minute video for 30 seconds of fucking music. I fucking hate you. Put me singing No Scrubs in the background. Yeah. Now, Twitch doesn't bow to the fucking record labels like YouTube does, but YouTube's owned by Google and is like a huge thing, so... Yeah, but it just sucks that they can just do that. Just like, no, we're just gonna remove your video, and when it gets removed, you're gonna get a copyright strike, and there's nothing you can do about it, so you might as well just delete it now. And it's like, okay, fuckers. Well, I suppose I could have gone in and muted the song, but I decided to appeal it, but once the message came through, it's like, oh, your video is gonna be removed in 5 days. Which means they already slated it for removal before I even made my appeal. And they can just ignore the appeal. So, because fuck you, record labels can do whatever they want. So it's just like, ugh. And they made the new Doctor the first gay doctor, yet made him have a magical wish child with his companion without either of their consent. Oh, great. That's cool. That's cool. I love when people try to be progressive and then do very not progressive things. I do love that. And then they're so convinced that they're the best, most enlightened people in the world. Yeah, it does sound like Who got really bad. And any show that goes on for too long is gonna get bad, you know? Fucking Eyepatch Wolf on his second channel just put up like a retraction video like, I'm sorry I said The Simpsons was good again. It's not. At least I got this panel done today. That's pretty good, huh? Sort of done. This is what I was going for here. I always say I gotta get my ass in gear on these pages, but then I get distracted by editing and stuff. So, I think I'm gonna wrap up there, because the dog is probably standing right outside my door, like, why aren't we outside right now? So next week, maybe I'll do a react, longer art stream, because, like, last week I did, like, what, 2, 6-hour streams? It's crazy. So, tomorrow I'm gonna start Disco Elysium. Friday, I will have you guys vote on a topic. And then we'll go from there. Like I said, I'll probably do Disco Elysium Thursdays and Tuesdays until I finish it. Which is what I've done with, a lot of gaming streams. Maybe I'll throw in a Saturday if I'm really enjoying it. We'll see. I want to give people a chance to come watch it. So I'll probably be doing it, like, maybe 6 or 7 o'clock at night. So I tend to do my gaming streams kind of later at night to give people a chance to... Time zones are tough, guys. To give people a chance to actually come see it. So look forward to that. I still gotta make the thumbnail. I mean, what about Postionomics? I still have played it. I mean, the artwork I'll be releasing soon, but Postionomics I did a one-shot first look at, and then I got really into playing it for a while. and my second playthrough, I was like just beating all of the opponents with just a better potion. I didn't have to do anything. I got that into it. I was going nuts. And then my autism released me from it after that. But I would definitely play it again. And I hope they make a sequel to Postionomics. I want more of that world. It's a nice, silly little Discworld-like fantasy world, and I love it. So anyway, yes, it was a chill stream today. So I hopefully will catch you guys tomorrow. And thank you for your super chats. Thank you for the gifted subs. Don't forget to connect your Discord and your YouTube accounts. It'll dump you in my Discord server. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.